Hey guys, it's Robsy back with Paperless X, a channel dedicated to easing your digital transformation. In today's video, we're going to be going through Agenda for the iPad. If you're new to our channel, hello. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know each time we release a new video. And if you're already subscribed, fantastic human, welcome back. Agenda is a date-based, styled text note-taking app that combines note-taking and time management in a single app. It has a lot of impressive free features. It is available on iOS, iPadOS, and macOS. You can permanently unlock the premium features that are currently available in the app for a one-time purchase. This gives you access to free premium updates for a year. Once your subscription expires, the premium updates stop, leaving you with only free updates. You also get to keep all the premium features you have already unlocked. To keep receiving premium updates, however, you have to unlock them for another year. That is how Agenda becomes a subscription. You're not paying to keep using the app, like with most subscriptions now. With Agenda, you only pay if you want to keep getting premium updates. So if you were to stop paying the subscription for the app, your application will continue working as usual. The app costs $14.99 a year if you want it syncing between your iPhone and iPad, and $34.99 a year if you also want it on the Mac. Agenda is minimalist, so the homepage of the app also serves as its workspace. It has a left sidebar for navigating through different organizational entities of the app. The right sidebar houses the Get Things Done part of the app, where you find your scheduled to-dos and events. The middle section is where you take your notes in the app. You can hide both sidebars to focus on just your notes, which would make more sense if the middle section expanded when you remove the sidebars. But it seems the middle section has a fixed size no matter what's hidden on the screen, even when you open it alone in a separate window. Creating a new note is very simple in Agenda. You can then name the section that you've created and start taking your notes. Besides typing, you can also scribble, or scan notes into the app. We love the scan to text feature in iPadOS because it just makes extracting notes from paper a lot easier. You can structure your notes with headings, which are still too basic for such an app. Though we can change the color of our headings, the lack of font size options is very limiting. We should have heading options to at least customize how our headings look and be able to save those options for easier access. Customization would also be nice for our titles as well, so we look forward to having those. Formatting options make your text bold, italic, underlined, or struck out. The text and highlighter both have some decent preset colors. It's also easy to use custom ones. The only feature missing in Agenda now for text is the option to change our font type and size, especially for headings because the ones we currently have in the app are simply not outstanding enough. In Agenda, you can only have one type of customization for your text. So either you change its color or underline it, but never both. These limitations also mean that customizing our headings is practically impossible and it's just frustrating. We should be able to combine customization options, at least the ones that are currently available in the app. You can add lists to your notes, numbered, unnumbered, and checklists that still have one type of numbering and bullets. That's unacceptable for this type of app. However, we love how we can easily mix the different kinds of lists. Perhaps this can be a workaround while we wait for more bullet and numbering options. Interactive checklists are awesome. They strike out your completed tasks, which we love. You can choose to dim them instead. Both options work to help you see completed tasks at a glance. Which option you prefer really comes down to your personal preference. Agenda also supports superscripts and subscripts, inline and block code, as well as quotations. These are easy to use, literally a tap away, and it makes Agenda pleasant to use. Selecting text for editing is a little bit difficult than is necessary. It will take you a couple of seconds to select the right text almost every single time. So this shouldn't be happening. If you want to select something, it really should be easy to do the first time you try it without having to play around with the cursor multiple times just to select the right text. You can quickly add a date and timestamp to your notes. Agenda can make a decent journaling app if you organize it well. Dividers and stars are also simple ways to organize your notes in the app. Considering how simple they are, it would make sense to have them on the keyboard toolbar with the rest of the other note-taking options in the app. That way, we can use them with single taps as well. You can link to other notes in the app. Hyperlinks are always good to have in a note-taking app. Finding notes to link is similarly simple. You can see the projects in your app and all the sections it contains. A search tool could make this process a lot easier, especially if we can search the contents of the sections, not just their headings. It's not a feature we use often though, because the hyperlink that you create uses the section title. It is better if we could name the hyperlinks ourselves. That way we could remember why we hyperlink them in the first place. Like we have with web links in the app, where you have the option to write your text display. The links are more useful that way when they have relevant text to go with. Tables in Agenda are fairly simple as long as you keep them small. Adding new rows and columns is still a bit manual. Dragging to add rows and columns, or having an option to create the tables we want from the start would make this a lot easier. A setup where you can decide the number of columns and rows you want when creating a new table. Your text in the table supports some basic formatting and alignment options. It's good that alignment applies to the whole column and not individual cells, because you want your columns to be uniform, right? Attachments can be any file: audio, video, zip files, PDFs, images, any file of any size. But the app warns you against attaching large files. It is therefore better to add links to big files without adding them to the app. Your attachments have 4 display options. We love the thumbnails with titles because they display the most information. Inline attachments are difficult to work with, especially on the iPad. They are too small to interact with, so tapping them with your finger is difficult. Full width displays also make sense, especially because you can make them small enough to not take up too much space, and you'll still be able to see the contents of the attachment. You can name, preview, or export. All your attachments have these options. We love that Agenda can preview any file you add to it. Different types of attachments also have special interaction options that are unique to their type, which just makes Agenda awesome. Videos in the app don't have a full width display. Wanting one is probably too much to ask for, considering not many note-taking apps even support video attachments. But we can dream, right? Agenda compresses the videos you attach though, which dramatically reduces the video quality. It defeats the purpose of adding videos in the first place. You can do some basic trimming for your video. Our app crashed when we tried to save that. And live text works too, so that's something. Image display options are still limited in Agenda. The workaround of centering them is not perfect. Workarounds never are. We should have text wrap and rotation, at least for our images in Agenda. You can scan documents into your notes using the iPadOS scanning feature, and the app saves them as PDF. We are happy that we can annotate PDFs in Agenda. The developers brought the markup feature into the app with all the annotation tools. We don't even mind that it is in a different window because for the longest time, we couldn't annotate any PDFs in the app. So we're just grateful. You can even add signatures and text boxes, but moving signatures and text boxes across pages is impossible. Hyperlinks work for faster navigation through all your PDFs. However, they are also difficult to use. We hope that the developers can improve markup in the app because it has the most inconsistencies and bugs that we experienced while we were studying this app. Tags in Agenda are universal and colorful, which is handy when organizing your work. You can choose to make them less conspicuous, but what's the fun in that? When the tags are colorful, they're an effective way to mark part of your notes for different follow-up actions. You can add handwritten notes using the Apple Pencil Kit. Agenda has a few page template options, but their line spacing is too narrow. So we look forward to wider line spacing options for the page templates. Some things you simply can't type. The handwriting experience is impressive. The Apple Pencil Kit never goes wrong. And now at least we can add handwritten notes whenever we like. You can add reminders to your notes that sync with Apple Reminders. We love that your reminders are a small inline icon that you can add to any part of your notes. Adding to-dos to your list is very easy, even as an afterthought. Agenda also has two-way integration with Apple Calendar. That you can create notes for. With Agenda, you won't need another app to take notes for your meetings or upcoming events. It makes preparing for them a lot easier. You can even link events to already existing notes. Any changes you make in the app reflect in Apple Calendar and Apple Reminders. And you get to choose which calendars and lists you want to interact with. So that also helps. Agenda developers have put a lot of thought into how you can work faster in the app. You have options to duplicate, split, you can even save templates that are especially handy for repeating events, classes, or meetings. There are several ways you can bookmark your notes for easier access as well. You can pin them to the top of the project, or you can add them to a smart folder that you can easily access. You can also change the background of a note section to make it stand out from the rest. Collapsing sections you're working on also helps to remove distractions so you can focus only on the notes you're currently working on. Agenda highlights your search term, and because of the way the app is set up, it's easy to go through the results for short notes. If your notes are very long, navigating through them will be a pain. but you can fine-tune your search to focus on specific types of notes to narrow down what you'll have to go through. Your search can focus on tags and people, and even incomplete or completed projects. Tags are especially difficult to spot in your search results, especially because it doesn't tell you how many terms it found, so you might actually miss them when they're already highlighted, when they're already conspicuous in the app. We found it strange that the app failed to search through the words "the" and the word "and." We can't help but wonder why that is and what else it can't search for. Agenda also failed to search through events in the app. Searching shouldn't be that hard to figure out. It's such a simple feature, but no matter what we tried, we were unable to find any notes attached to events or the events themselves. For searches you make often, you can save them as a smart folder on the sidebar. This is yet another thoughtful feature to help you work faster in the app. Collaboration is a must-have in 2023. We're excited that Agenda now supports it. However, collaborating on a single section at a time is not very convenient, especially when you want to share a project that has many sections. You end up inviting everyone to multiple sections as you add them to the project, which is simply too much work. Collaboration in Agenda is still very simple. While we appreciate the minimalism, it also comes with some debilitating limitations, like the lack of permissions to control what others can do in our notes. Everyone in the collaboration has similar options, so they can unshare with you when it's your project. And that's a massive red flag. Anyone with a link can join, so there are no email sharing options. When you stop collaborating on your notes, the app doesn't automatically terminate the session for everyone you're working with. At the moment, even when you leave your collaboration, others can continue to work on your notes without you. For internal work, we're happy about the collaboration in Agenda, but more work still needs to be done on it. Agenda supports multiple instances, so you can open the app twice or same project twice. Scribble also works. The app looks beautiful in dark mode. All the colors automatically switch when you toggle between light and dark mode. Agenda also has useful widgets that help you access important information on the homepage. Even though Agenda has a strange naming system for both a note-taking and get things done app, its organization is not difficult to understand. Every project and note section in the app is flexible, allowing you to move it around the app. Or even share them out of the app. Agenda can export your notes in many formats, which we absolutely love. Your notes are not trapped in the app. The app also supports an infinite number of folders within folders, which is more than enough. The left sidebar is responsible for most of your organization in the app, from smart folders to normal folders and their subfolders. On the right sidebar, below your schedule, you can access your recently edited and related notes. Agenda is an excellent planning and note-taking app for anyone wanting to mix planning and note-taking in a single app. It's ideal for professionals, and we don't hesitate to recommend it. Its minimalist look is refreshing, which is one of the things we love about it. We love how it integrates with Apple Calendar and Apple Reminders, and its collaboration feature means you can now work with others on your ideas, even though it's still far from accommodating big teams. We hope you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you did, thank you, fantastic human, for watching. See you in the next video.